I have partnered up with Alois to make a brand new Mordekaiser and Garen guide on the Summoner School website. I gave out every single piece of information that I thought was relevant to both champions and everything that I use personally. It explains how you should play in the mid to late game, itemization, champion matchups, and more. Each guide also has a unique matchup spreadsheet. If you want to check either guide out, you can use my link in the video description. With all that being said, please enjoy this video. Into Shen, if you want to, what you can do is take Resolve secondary. And you can take Resolve specifically to take Demolish. Because whenever Shen ults away, you can use that Demolish to take down some plates. You don't need to do this, but it can be very good. Personally, I still run the Celerity plus Axiom Arcanist combo though. But again, running Resolve with Demolish is also a very good choice here. Overall, I'd say Resolve secondary would be more reliable into Shen. Early on, he can actually put up a pretty decent fight. And that is because of his Spirit Blade. And if he has Ignite, he unironically has a lot of kill pressure. Pre-6 especially so because he doesn't have an ultimate after 6. So if you get to 6 safely, you're mostly fine. You can even look to freeze on your side of the lane. And then if you manage to do that, Shen can't really walk up the farm. Though the thing is, if you do that, he might be able to ult for free. After level 6, Shen can just ult around the map, so if you don't perma push him in, he can ult for free. At the same time though, he may miss a lot of extra minions from your freeze. So you have to weigh in the pros and cons of actually putting up a freeze on Shen when his ulti is up. If, for example, he ults bot lane but he is literally 50 CS down on you, that might still be worth it. And when Shen actually uses his ultimate, what you can do is insta push the wave to look to take some plates. However, you don't need to always do this. For example, if you have a very large freeze going, you can just sit there and keep the freeze. You don't actually need to break it. Another thing that is good to keep in mind is the fact that his short trading is rather strong if he plays it well. His W can block your W, and he can taunt in a way to where you can't pull him. But if he oversteps and you actually outspace him, you should be able to beat him. And you can also get in front of him to make it to where even though he taunts through you, after the taunt ends, you can still pull him. And then he will most likely die or be forced to flash. Also, try not to take plates from under his turret when he is sitting there because he can just taunt you. And then if he does that, you might die because of the fact that you start auto-attacking him, which means the turret will auto you. Other than that, it's a pretty straightforward matchup. Just make sure you kinda respect his levels 1 through 5, especially if he has Ignite, and try to punish him when he uses his ultimate on a teammate on the other side of the map, or just try to force him to walk up the farm when you freeze.
An enemy has been slain.
Even if I don't kill him here, it doesn't matter. He finally decided to walk up and that killed him. And if you looked at the farm score, he is down 60 CS over me at this point.
Killing spree. Double kill. Dominating.
If I actually played this fight better, I would have lived. I just greeted and walked back in before the Diana fully got here. I have played this lane a few times at this point, and I would say it's either a skill matchup that is Darius sided or just straight up an easy matchup for Darius. The most important thing is to obviously not let his passive fully stack. He will get a lot of extra damage in the revive. The thing is, the revive itself wouldn't be that bad if it didn't mean that when he actually is in revive, your passive runs out. His revive duration lasts so long that your passive straight up runs out. That is the main issue with actually allowing Zaahen to get his passive up. Otherwise, you can unironically 1v1 him even after he revives if your passive is still on. But while he is in his revive, you can't attack him to refresh your passive, so you will lose it. Spacing is also pretty crucial into him. Obviously, you want to try to dodge out his W, and he can use his E to dodge your Q. But you should still be able to win it as long as you space out his auto attacks. Another thing I've noticed against Zaahen is the fact that he struggles really hard if you freeze into him. The moment you gain a lead, you can look to freeze on your side of the lane and he can't break it. He essentially has no good way of breaking it at all. If he walks up, he essentially dies every single time. He can also use his ult to cancel out your E, so keep that in mind. Bladed Steel Caps Rush feels very good into Zaahen. That movement speed and armor feel great, on top of the actual auto attack damage reduction, which works great for his actual autos and Q. Some heal cut could also also be nice against him for his Q and ulti, but it's especially good if he goes for Sundered Sky. What I like to do is go Stridebreaker into Spear of Shojin, but you can go Spear of Shojin into Stridebreaker as well if you wish. Both work just fine. You will straight up explode him at 2 items. But be careful in team fights, because if he does get his passive up, if you ulti him, obviously you won't get your reset.
I will not tolerate weakness.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
I am once again looking to force a freeze on my side of the lane, so I keep the minions here to let my wave push into his tower. And once that happens, it's gonna be a perma freeze once again on my side. In this situation, Talon actually came to gank me, so I die for it. But it was still worth a try. Especially because it means that my team can take the dragon since Talon is top.
An enemy has been slain.
Lions in their death. Opposing me now. I won't submit to the demands of the tyrants. No escape.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Won't give up their power.
Depending on what setup the Fiora takes, you can actually struggle kind of into it. For example, if she takes Ignite with press the attack, she will have a lot of early game kill pressure, so you might need to respect it way more. If she is running something like Grasp of the Undying Teleport, then she's gonna look to perma-poke you with Q. You always have to play around her parry and vitals. Those are the two most important things in the entire lane. The parry is especially crucial to play around because you need to make sure she does not parry your E or your ultimate. If you get stunned by your own E, then you're probably going to die instantly if she has Ignite with PTA. What I look to do is rush plated steel caps or bramble vest, but you can also go for plated steel caps and executioner's calling if you want extra damage. Bramble is just a much safer option over executioners. My 2 core will usually be Stridebreaker into Spear of Shojin. Stridebreaker feels especially good into Fiora because it will allow you to space her way better, and that is very important in the lane overall, because the better you space her, the less vital she can hit. On top of that, whenever Fiora is slowed, her Q dash speed is also slowed down, because her Q speed does actually take into account her current movement speed. So if you manage to tag her with Stridebreaker and then she dashes with Q, she will be slower. The same happens if you actually manage to tag her with your W before she dashes. Try to use your E at unpredictable moments. Don't be predictable with it, because if you are, she can just parry it and then you're probably going to die. Maybe use it super early in a fight when she doesn't expect it. The same goes for your ultimate. You don't always need to ulti at 5 stacks, especially if you can't do the combo of E plus ult to guarantee the ulti damage. You can look to maybe ulti her at 3 stacks or 4 stacks. Most Fioras just expect you to ultimate them at 5. So if you do it a little earlier, that might catch her by surprise and she might not be able to parry it. In the super late game, she will probably be able to 1v1 you pretty hard. Her damage becomes very disgusting and you will need a Steraks gauge to survive it. But you don't want to get there against her on side lane. What you want to do is abuse your 2-item spike into her really hard. Once you get Spear of Shojin and Stridebreaker, your damage skyrockets really hard. The moment you hit 5 stacks on Fiora, you can do the combo of E plus ult and chunk out 70% of her health basically. And then after that, she should be dead every single time. If you want to teamfight versus her, make sure you permanently push out the side waves. If you don't, she will melt your towers. You need to make sure the side waves are pushed, and then you can rotate to a teamfight. Even if she recalls here, I don't care because she's going to miss a lot of minions. But if she stays, I can just look to dive her. And even if I trade 1 for 1, this is still going to be worth it for me, because she will miss so many minions under the tower. So the 1 for 1 gives me a larger lead.
Shut down. inhibitor. Has destroyed a turret.
Thank you guys for joining me in this video. I hope you found the information useful, and I will see you in the next video, hopefully very soon.
Night is falling on the old world. You won't live to see the new one.